Hello everyone, and today I wanted to do a fun little video. This is going to be a Minecraft world tour. Now, obviously, I have been away for the better part of about a year now, and as you can see, although I may not have put all my focus into playing Minecraft, I have definitely invested quite some time on the side. Simply because every once in a while I'd want the urge to log on, enjoy, and play my favorite game again. But before we go forward and start making new content and new videos, I felt it appropriate to show you what I was working on in the interim before we get started again. I started off this episode by showing you the infamous chicken pit, and then this little multi-layered farm I had built, which I was actually pretty proud of. This building to the left over here was kind of like a small little storage shed in the beginning, and then it became more of a mine shaft. The main building here, this was the main headquarters of our base. This was actually built afterwards. Our main base was built underground, as you can see with this glass right here. It's like an open area, and underneath was kind of where we started. And then this large kind of octagon-shaped building was constructed around it. Towards the back of the building, we had the works of a transport rig getting set up as well. So there's a lot going on here. The second floor, or I guess main floor, never really got finished or work done. Most of the work was done prior to this house going up, which was the subfloor here. As you can see, it's kind of a below-grade basement style. We had this one bedroom right here, a small little fishing hut, and little storage area. Let's take a quick nap before we continue the tour. As you can see, I got some storage right there. It is getting a little dark, so maybe I'll just I'll pop into bed here real quick. But as you can see, we also have like kind of little nooks. Everything is little kind of shoved into place. We have a small mob farm here. This is a sheep compactor. You give the sheep wheat, and it pumps out some wool. Another small storage area. All right, I think it's getting a little dark now. Maybe I should start to sleep. So let's see if we can sleep. Nope, no monsters nearby. Okay, all right, so let's quickly, maybe there's something in the wall. Let's move the bed here, because sleeping out in the open is what I prefer to do anyway. But, alright, let's put the bed back real quick, and then we'll continue on with the tour. So yes, this was the main area. There's multiple components of it: a storage, a tunnel, the staircase. We tried to build things into the walls so it was, more space-saving, and also looked better from the inside. When you go down this hallway here, to the left, we have this really cool storage room. I'm a huge fan of how this turned out. We have a seed to bone meal maker, an anvil, a smithing table, a bunch of barrels for storage, and then a campfire furnace area on the back. Directly across from that, we have, this was like an AFK fish farm. This was a good source of food for a while. Always a staple in the world. Further down and down the staircase, our nether portal. This was a little kind of enchantment room slash miscellaneous room. As you can see, we have cows here, a random chest for storage, and this was our egg farm for the chicken pit, because obviously the chicken pit is a staple here. The cow farm was really cool. The nether farm was just built into the wall. This was for the cow farm in the back to try and collect a little more of XP, but it never really worked out. This was a kind of a playful idea for an enchantment room that was kind of like an overgrown enchantment room. We have the enchantment table on one side and like a leafy green aspect on the other side. Never really got finished, but I did like playing with the idea of having like a hidden enchantment room behind like a garden. And then once we go into the main area, you'll notice that we have this painting in the center room and a painting in my little room. If you walk through the painting, it became like a secret hallway here. I kept all my valuable resources back here, but mostly because this was the mine shaft area at first. This goes all the way down to bedrock. It is definitely quite a large flight of stairs, but the reason why we are going down to this mine shaft, you'll see in a moment, is because this will lead us to our second base. So we kind of set up camp here, and then when we found villagers, we decided to move a little closer to the villager hall. But we wanted a way to connect the two bases, so we kind of use this mine shaft as a way to keep them connected without using nether travel, because I feel like nether travel is not always as simple as it seems. This is like a little drop from above, so you can drop straight down if you want to. There's water right there, instead of taking the stairs, which was much easier. But as you can see here, this mine shaft is kind of hollowed out. Over here, we have the rail cart. So this is very clearly labeled Hub Central, tunnel to second base. You're going to hop in the minecart, press the button, and then it's a nice smooth ride down and over into our second base area. Like I said, this was mostly because we didn't want to have to transport villagers all the way back, and we weren't too connected with this base over here, so we kind of felt like it was a good opportunity to expand our empire, whatever you want to call it. This is a long cart ride, so be prepared to sit here for a couple of minutes. And when I say a couple minutes, I don't mean a couple minutes, but at least like a solid 2 minutes. But hey, while we're here and traveling in the old-fashioned way, now might be a good time to thank all of you for watching my content, enjoying my videos, commenting, liking, and subscribing. It has been a wonderful 3 years with you guys. I recently posted a video thanking you and explaining you why I have been absent for so long. This is to kind of show you, although I showed you in the previous video what I was working on outside of Minecraft, this is to show you what I was working on inside of Minecraft. And as you can see, this was not done in a couple of hours. This mineshaft itself probably took a couple of days to get here. Although I didn't feel like it was worthy to record and produce this content, some of you have reached out just saying they wanted to know what I was working on in the meantime, so I definitely agreed to create this video. So you can see that although I wasn't posting, I was still playing. I still love the game. I have quite the passion for it. Been playing this game for quite some time, and just to thank you again for everyone who has stuck around and enjoyed my content and enjoyed being around for the past 3 years now and being a part of the family that we have grown and become a part of. So that alone, I will say thank you. And boy, oh boy, is this tunnel flippin' long. Holy moly. Oh goodness, I can see the end. It's coming. Alright, so after we get to the end, after that excruciatingly long minecart ride, I'll send that one back and hopefully it makes its way back to its home. Goodbye! Goodbye! And at the end of this, this was the staircase to get up to the second base. Keep in mind, although this may seem grueling and tiresome, we had pretty much packed up and moved everything we needed over to the second base, so the flip-flopping between the two was almost very rare. It was mostly just to get something if we forgot, or for additional resources if we didn't bring them all over already. So, although it may seem like a hike, we very rarely had to make it, and even if we did, it kind of seemed like a fun little adventure because of how much work it took to get this over here. It's also a good way to transport mobs, because we definitely had some mobs across that side. So getting them over here and up was nice and simple now, because we had a straight tunnel and a straight shot up. So, as you see, we're narrowing the top of the staircase. Hercules, Hercules, look at these. Oh, my lord. But here we are. This was ground zero for base number 2. This was sort of a quick put-together home. It is very spacious. We have some large storage, our bed, an automatic door, and as you can see, when we step out here, there is a lot more work that has been done. This was the main cabin, as you call it. We had this pathway that was fenced in that kind of helped us from mobs. The main cabin was very small, but it was very functional. This was kind of our large or grand cabin with a watchtower. This is our mass storage. This is where really everything started to go. Our little furnace room. This section was unfinished up here. It was going to be like another small enchanting table room, but it just never ended up that way. It's got the nice bell tower on the back half of it. Very huge fan of how this building turned out. We'll probably build something similar in the future. Now, down this pathway here, we had our villager breeder. Again, the whole reason for building this was so we would have constant access to villagers. So this was just our constant supply of villagers that having to go and boat them back from the village. Over here, as you can see, we have a massive wheat farm. This was mostly for villager trades, but it was also a good source of food while we were over here. I mean, boy oh boy, did we never not need wheat before? We definitely need it now. It is quite a large field. In this chest here, we can jump up. you can see kind of the volume of the wheat we were growing. It was a couple, probably 4 or 5 stacks per harvest at least, maybe even double that. Over here, we have a larger melon farm, a watermelon farm, and this was also like for villager trades. Quite a lot of watermelons, which are my favorite. And then over here, we have a massive amount of cows. I don't know what the point of that was, to be honest with you. We have a bunch of villagers here, master villagers. We have a farmer, a smith, anything you can think of just to get us started. This was going to be kind of like our Grand Central, where we would have villager trades and a lot of farms going up, but just never ended up working that way. So this was a very fun build. It was a very short world tour, but this is just what I've been working on. And like I said, I hope you appreciated it. And again, there will be much more in the future, but thank you for enjoying this far. Have a nice day.